Count the current amount of hot tub streams and just chatting. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. Just let me just fucking focus on what I've got going on here. Say the thing. Sup, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. Let's see here. Categories. Just chatting. Yep, that's about right. I feel like, wouldn't you like fucking shrivel up like a prune if you're sitting in a hot tub all day? I don't know. I feel like, I feel like you would. Okay, guys, I know everybody wants me to check out a lot of videos, and I'm gonna do that in just a few minutes, okay? What's that? It's just chatting. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I opened it up at the beginning of my stream for whatever reason, and that it is what it is. Like I've said before, right? I mean, I don't want to have my intelligence insulted that these are not sexual in nature. This one is clearly, I mean, this is clearly sexual in nature, right? I mean, let's be honest. Everybody knows it. It is what it is. And here's a very good way to just kind of do a mental exercise of if it's sexual or not. If it was a 13-year-old girl doing that, what would happen? Yeah. Because everybody knows what it is. Because everybody knows what it is. Why don't people watch The Real Thing? There's a lot of reasons why people don't watch real porn, and they prefer watching something like a hot tub stream instead. Like, if you're watching Riley Reid get fucked in the ass, you're not really interacting with that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to talk to her or anything like that. But if you get to watch a girl on Twitch and, you know, she'll fucking take your name and put it on a board and say hi, and, you know, you're like, do girls really care about size, or is it okay that I'm only 4 inches? And she's like, oh, it's okay. You just have to have a good personality. And you're like, oh, really? Oh my God, thank you. I love you. Here's 10 gifted subs. Like, that's what it is, okay? Like, listen, and you go read the fucking chats, and that's what they fucking do. Listen, I'm telling it how it is, because it's the fucking truth. And so that's why people enjoy them more. That's why people like them more, is they get that little bit of personal interaction. Indie Fox banned again. I don't know. So Indie Fox, I'll talk about this. You know what? Let me talk about this, and then we'll get into the sword run. Here's my opinion, right? Is that Indie Fox has been banned like 5 times, something like that. Every time it's been for the same period of time. If that happened to Forzen, he'd be like, they would find a way to send Twitch would not only ban Forzen, they would find a way to send him to the moon in real life. They would ban him from Earth. Let's be honest. Why is it that this person gets multiple 3-day suspensions over and over and over, but other people get permabanned? Especially whenever it's the same exact stuff. On top of that, then she goes and makes a tweet and says that she's going to stream on OnlyFans, which is a violation of the partner contract, by the way. And then after that, nothing happens. Here's what Twitch is doing. Here's what I think is happening. I think Twitch is actually indirectly fermenting and creating a lot of anti-women sentiment. I really think that they are, by not treating this fairly. I think anybody would see that the way that she's been acting and the way that other people have been acting, and see what the difference in the punishments is. And it's very clear that something is not right. It's very clear. And I think they need to do something about it, because the reason why they need to do something about it is that every single other person sees that, and it creates this discontent. And that's why I think that unfairness is so insidious. It's so subversive that it infects the entire population, even whenever it only affects a small amount of the population. Because it creates a narrative that some people can get away with stuff and other people can't. And I think everybody should be treated fairly. And I think everybody knows that if anybody else had received 4 bans in that period of time, they'd been off the platform in a second, especially if they went and they immediately broke the partner contract after it. I mean, and here's the thing. I don't want people to clip this and say that this is some sort of, you know, Asmongold squad W take or whatever, because I hate to fucking talk about this. And the reason for that is that whenever I talk about it, I get people in my stream that actually genuinely hate women and are just looking for legitimate reasons to rationalize their extreme opinions. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care who it is. It doesn't matter to me. But things should be treated fairly, and it's clear to, I think, anybody that they're not. I hate to say this stuff because I think it attracts a bad crowd of people, but that's not my fault. At a certain extent, like, that's not my fucking fault. Like, I think I'm speaking the fucking truth. I think a lot of people know that too. Because a lot of people don't want to say anything because they don't want to get canceled or they don't want to get in trouble, so it's got to be me. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. It's embarrassing for Twitch. It's embarrassing. I don't think most people hate women. You're right, they don't hate women. They hold resentment towards women, and they're glad whenever women take L's because it makes them feel better about themselves. They don't necessarily hate women. It's like Gollum in the Ring. I think this is, like, if you want to understand the way that a lot of guys look at women, look at Gollum and the One Ring in Lord of the Rings. He loves it and he hates it. As soon as he gets it, he's angry at it. But whenever he doesn't have it, he needs it. He's constantly mad. That's what I really think it is, man. Gollum in the Ring, yeah. It's crazy. Why I treat people different? I have no idea. It doesn't really matter to me. But I think that whenever things like this happen, it does create a culture of resentment towards, I think, women. I absolutely think it does. And you know what the truth is? It's not Indie Fox's fault. It's not. Because they could have sat there, they could have told her not to do that. They could have worked with her and tried to actually help her and make her not do these things. But they didn't do that. They just keep applying punishments that seem to be unfair, and then they create this problem themselves. I think Twitch needs to do a better job. Twitch does not work with somebody who is on the edge. Somebody like Indie Fox is clearly on the edge, intentionally in her case. They are clearly on the very edge of the TOS. Why is Twitch not working with this person and trying to get this person back off the edge? Why are they not saying, hey, listen, you know, we don't want you doing this anymore? It's easy to handle it. It's easy to deal with it. But you have to take time and effort. And if you don't do that, you're going to get this resentment. You're going to get these like weird communities. And it's a problem, man. It takes effort. Yeah, it requires effort. I know. And that's what you have to do. If you want content creators to invest into your platform, you have to invest into them. That's the way it goes, man. And if they can't do that, then that's a problem.
Thoughts on streamers advertising OnlyFans via Twitch emails to subs? Well, what is that? That's advertising porn through Twitch directly, using their messaging service. I think that should be a one warning, then a permaban. If not, just an immediate permaban. Like, there's like, I have no problem with like, you know, like having it on your Twitter or whatever, like who cares, and it's whatever, but if you're literally using Twitch's email service to directly advertise your OnlyFans, yeah, like one warning, then a perma. Yeah, 100%. Because it's like literally advertising porn. Like, I mean, there's nothing else. A perma? Yeah, of course. I mean, they're co-opting Twitch's email system to literally advertise their own porn. Like, if that's not a ban, if that's, like, what is? I mean, the thing is, like, these aren't children. I mean, these girls these are intelligent women. Like, don't ever fool yourself into thinking that any of these girls are actually stupid. They're not stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. Many of them have college degrees and are very well educated and they're really good at what they do. That's why they're millionaires, because they're doing it. There's plenty of hot girls on the website and they're doing way better. It's naive, and I think it's coping to think that it was just all an accident. These girls are not stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. And I have no problem. As I said, I don't care. I have to say this like 50 fucking times because I don't want people to co-opt what I'm saying into some fucking incel rant. But Everybody knows what's going on.
So normally I would be afraid to show this because like Monkatias, but this girl was doing this on stream, so you know she's not banned, which means that Twitch thinks it's okay. So this girl is in like some kind of, I don't know what to call the clothing, and she's doing like yoga and like jumping on trampolines, and she's calling this a Tifa cosplay, I guess because it's black bottom and white top, and this is on Twitch, you know. And normally I'd be a bit like, oh shit, I can't show this on stream, but like this is on Twitch. And it's so obviously sexualizing, like this is like no big deal, right? We're meant to see this as normal things, IRL.
And have you seen the Annie clip on all that stuff? Yeah, I saw the Annie clip on all that stuff. Like, everybody's seen that by now. I mean, listen, like, how many times have I fucking talked about hot tub streamers? Like, I've made it very clear what my opinion is about it. I can talk about it for the 15th time, but I think everybody knows generally where I stand, okay? So there's no real reason I need to get into that again. Where do you stand? It doesn't matter where I stand. Listen, I think that one way or another, Twitch should come out and say something about it. Like, that's my only thing. Is like, it's the same thing with like the gambling streams. Like, I talked about this. I did not talk about the gambling streams. So I'm going to kind of use this to talk about the gambling streams. In my opinion, okay, I'm just going to be honest here. I'm going to be honest. I think that casino gambling streams should be against TOS. I think playing poker's fine. But if you're pulling a slot machine, I think that should be against TOS. I don't think that should have any place on Twitch. However, if they did do the policy, like with what Trainwreck said on Twitter, where if you had a verified 18+ account, you were able to watch streams and you could watch them in the same way that you watched watch parties on Twitch now, I would be totally okay with it because it would be 100% 18+. But the reality is that I don't like gambling. I've never liked gambling. I don't gamble with money, real money. I don't do casino gambling. Like, I gamble with like video game gold. I gamble with like, I'll buy a loot box or something like that. But whenever it comes to like casinos, no, I've never been to a casino and I never have any intention to ever go, right? If I get somehow dragged there one time in the future, I will try to enjoy it as much as I can, which means probably leaving as fast as possible, which actually is not something specific to casinos. That's just every social situation for me.